All right, how you guys doing? All right, very good. Thank you.
How big of a surprise, or was it, what Brandon Jackson gave you in the game against the Rams?
No, it was a pleasant surprise, but he's shown that in practice. Yeah, he was a guy just chomping at the bit, preparing for his opportunity, and again from that game, he's shown to take full advantage of it. So I think again he's got a really high ceiling in regards to what we're asking for him to do, and we can just see him getting better and better.
I guess long term, what could his role be? I mean, it looked like he kind of just was largely a rundown tackle maybe in the last game. Does he have the ability to still do more than that?
The more that he gets familiar with our system, the more that we're going to require of him and from him. Right now, he'll play end, possibility for him to be an interior rusher, and then obviously again on obvious pass situation, he could go outside and rush also.
Is Quentin Jefferson in a place where he can give you anything right now with the injury he's got, or what's kind of his status and timeline for your
Still
game?
evaluating that. Yeah, certainly still evaluating that. Again, obviously, again, he had the hand fixed. Again, he's out. He's practicing. He has looked good in practice. Again, he's got it wrapped up. So that's still under evaluation.
Where had you seen him kind of get to by the end of training camp when he was with you, and what were you hoping to get out of him this year?
Yeah, we saw improvement from him really day in and day out. Obviously, again, it was about him regaining confidence in his knee, regaining confidence in his body and his ability. Again, the more he played, the more he had the chance to get out there, the stronger he got.
The Giants obviously lost some important players, and it looks like they made some good adjustments, ran the ball, used the tight end. Just how much different is that offense from what it was to what they've become with the injuries?
Well, I mean, we'll see if they're going to carry over with that game. That's obvious. There's no doubt about that. But it's a championship organization. You couldn't imagine them to do anything but respond in the nature that they did. They have a championship quarterback, and he knows how to get things done out there. As far as the tempo, they really slowed down the tempo. I think they allowed the quarterback to come out and manage it, and then they relied on their running back. So when they needed guys to stand up and make plays for them, they were efficient in that manner. So and that's where the tight end showed up. They looked to feature him, and he's a quality player.
Pretty tough matchup. I mean, the guy ran a 4.40 at the combine, 4.40 at the combine. Just that kind of speed at tight end, pretty tough.
Yeah, it is. And again, we have had history with it. And we had a guy in our division for a long time who was as fast, if not faster, that we had guys that we matched up against him with. So it's a familiar territory, but he is a quality wide receiver, definitely.
When you look back at the first 5 games and some of the issues in the run game that you'd had, you feel like you've made the strides you need on that front. What did you kind of see were the issues looking back?
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 plays, explosive plays, 75-yarder, a 65-yarder, and then after that, it was a bunch of our football, as we know. That's what we need. We can't have the critical errors or the letdowns in particular situations that are going to allow a quarterback scramble and things of that nature. Those have the numbers off. Other than that, again, we're going to do what we do. We're going to line up, read our keys, get to the football, and again, that's a staple of who we are. We have to stop the run, and we know that's a major focus of ours.
What type of impact have you seen Sheldon make?
He's been awesome, and like I say, he's an athlete that we haven't had in the interior for a while, since I can remember. And again, what he's done is, again, he's continued to learn and grow each and every single week in regards to, again, we got to get the 2-gap ideology out of him and that those reps and things of that nature, and again, just get him penetrating and doing the things that's necessary and that we require for him to do, and that's what he's done. He's done that.
Sorry, that's what I was going to ask you about, because you talked a little bit about how the adjustment from a 3-4 to a 4-3 has been a little difficult. Can you elaborate on that and what that's like for players?
Well, it's real. It's more of a mirror step philosophy, 2-gapping, square guys up, stay at the line of scrimmage, and again, with 4-3, we want penetration, again, single gap dominance and things like that. And the more we penetrate, the more we knock people back and create a new line of scrimmage, the faster the guys behind them can play.
You talked about a couple of the big running plays. When you look at the kind of in those first 5 games, the big plays that they've been against the defense, is there any real theme, consistent thing that's kind of led to some of those at all?
No, it hasn't been. It's just been major letdowns in areas that we have been unaccustomed to. Stuff that's fixable, stuff that we believe we have fixed. Obviously, only time is going to be able to tell. But the guys have locked in. They've seen the explosive play tape. They've seen all the cut-ups. And then from here on out, again, we can kind of imagine how teams are going to try to attack us at least for the next 5 games after. So it's just stuff that if they have plays that are very similar to things that have worked against us, we're going to be preparing for those.
Was showing those plays to the players, I mean, is that something you felt like you wanted to do right now to kind of make that point clear to them?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, we have to make it clear. I said we love our guys, but the truth is a major part of the love that we're able to share and show them.
Sounds like Cliff will be out for a while, but how does that affect your group going forward?
Well, he was a major part, and he's a big piece of our puzzle. You know, I said you hear the cliche time and time again, next man up, and it's just very difficult. You know, it's very, very difficult. But like I said, we have to keep moving on, and we have to rely on the guys that, yes, next man in line, and really I think it's going to show who's been preparing. You know, because now that the next man is going to have his opportunity, you know, what's going to be able, what are you going to be able to do is really what it's going to come down to. And then it's going to be, again, our responsibility as coaches to make sure that we consistently put guys who are going to replace them in spots that they can be successful.
Frank would seem to be that next man. How has he kind of handled the last game and change since he's had to take over the majority of that role?
Yeah, he's done well. And like I said, we can only see him going to continue to get better, the more experience. And he's been his backup. And now that he's going to essentially be the starter, he's just going to have to be the best version of himself. So I think that's really the main focus of it all is nobody's going to be able to replace Cliff Averill, but you can be the best you that you can be, and then Lord willing, you know, that's certainly going to be good enough.
How is Cliff doing through all this? I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of uncertainty with him right now, just when you talk to him.
Yeah, he's a champion. Like he's a guy. He's always handled himself with class. He's always had tremendous poise, and he's been a champion throughout this whole entire ordeal. So he's really been unfazed. He's been around, and he's been doing kind of his part in preparing the next guys to be ready and available.
Are you guys preparing as if you're going to have him again this year?
Well, we hope. We certainly hope. And you know, right now, you know, we're unsure. There really isn't anything in concrete or in stone that has been settled. So if we get him, man, that'll certainly be awesome. Again, he's a huge piece to our puzzle. And if not, then we have to make sure that we really carry on what he and others have started before in the past. So that's really what we're looking at. The standards there, the guys know it, the guys understand it. He's going to be in the room. He's not going to abandon us. And again, we just have to make sure that we utilize him for all that he has, all the experience, all the knowledge.
So he will stay here?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, right. He's going to play. You know, that's what we're hoping at some point. But if it doesn't happen, then, yeah, we absolutely expect him to. And obviously it'll be up to him. But, sure, we believe that he will.
Anything else? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.